everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste. Welcome to March.
Whew, March. Is this surreal? I mean, really, is it surreal that the first quarter of 2013 is upon us, that we are bringing these first 3 months into their own fruition? Extraordinary.
Absolutely. In March, I remember as a child that we'd always have the drawings about March winds. And I love remembering that right now because wind is the energy of movement, of transition.
Yes.
It's a force that can be felt, and it cleans the dust out of the corners.
It is very tangible, to say the least. And you know, here we are walking into March, and I'm sure for many of you, you noticed that February was intense. You know, whenever we're dealing with the energy of love, when we're dealing with the energy of I am here, there is an intensity, there is a demand for presence, there is that huge sign that's coming from the universe that's saying, I am here, are you here? And it was a really beautifully intense month to anchor that first point of the diamond of this crystalline ascension. Remember that this is a four-pointed diamond, and that the very top point activated on this planet in February, really calling in and harnessing that energy of love through I am here.
You know, love is the essential recognition. It's the essential energy that allows peace to exist. Peace is that non-reactive energy. Peace is the connection to a greater context. You know, when we narrow our point of view, it's hard to be peaceful. When we widen our point of view, we discover a detachment. And so love and peace are so interconnected. Well, we hope you're discovering that as you anchor the energy of love.
Well, you know, Shri, as you're sharing this, I don't know about all of you, but I'm feeling this huge energy coming in right up here, just this huge energy. And I want you to just really take a moment and feel that and experience that, because we are at a profound moment. You know, we talked a little bit in February that February, March, April, and May of 2013 are really anchoring these 4 points of the diamond and preparing this crystalline ascension energy. The earth is already starting to show the movement, let's just use that word, from the dimensional pulls that are upon it right now, from consciousness that is on it right now. And remember, there is a major event coming the end of May. And so where you anchor yourself, how you anchor yourself, is how we will flow through this. And I really want to send my heart and love and appreciation to our miracle team. We did our first miracle anchoring this past weekend, and you know, every month we come together as a miracle team, and the power and the love, the sincerity and the presence were so powerful that we honor all of you who are here as active miracle makers on this planet. It is a divine destiny that has awakened for all of us. And as we go into March, we want to remind you that a couple other things happened in February. Something happened on February 8th, and then it got really, I don't know, I guess the word is big on February 23.
You know, there is a cycle that we're blessed to visit from time to time. And that cycle is lovingly known as Mercury retrograde.
Don't panic! I know that can come with so many things.
And when that alignment begins to come in, there is a kind of a pre-shadow and a post-shadow. And these shadows, or these shoulder times, it began February 8th for the full retrograde, which has now anchored, is now here.
Now, I love this, Shri, and I love that it began, that we kind of got into the energy of the retrograde on February 8th. Remember the 8, what is the 8? It is the infinite. It is the anchoring. It is the wisdom of the archangelic realm. And of course this retrograde had to begin on February 8th, and here's the beauty of it, my angels. It came full force February 23, through March 17, the power of the 8, the 1 plus the 7, the 8 again, the 17.
Another magic number. It's a number extremely meaningful, especially to those of you that have tuned in with the blessings and the messages from the SC Na.
And the miracle team, the power of the 17. And we want to share this with you, that February was about love. I am here. March is wisdom. I am ready. Now, when we gaze at the power of love, balanced with wisdom. And if you look at that diamond, and if you get our newsletter, Kat's been doing an amazing job with the graphics on these. So at the very, very top of this is the point of the diamond that says the love, right? That's anchoring the first point. This month we're going directly across, right to the bottom there, and that's where the wisdom point is, love in balance with wisdom. And this is surrounded by the energy of the 17, the cosmic infinite 8. You know, behind me, this is the ascended heart in the divine galactic blueprint. It's the two infinity symbols intertwined. And before we go any further, Sri and I want to take a moment and just remind you, from the Lost Books of the Essene, book 11, page 5, I just want to read this to you because we have been given, we have been given everything we needed for this time. And the ensoulments have talked about this. The Archangelic Realm, the Essene, the Blue Starborn, the beings of crystalline light have all said this to us. And I want to go back and read this to you. And again, this is page 5, Lost Books of the Essene, book 11. When you seek, you are attached. We say that again. When you seek, you are attached. If you are a seeker, then you believe there is something missing. And so if you are seeking, then we invite you to remember that whatever you wish to find is always available for you. How do you wish to embrace it? Because it is always in front of you. It has never left you. We have offered to you many times the practice of the 17. 17. And that practice, by the way, you can find, it's a direct reference in the Essene book number 7. So go to book number 7 in the Lost Books of the Essene and you can read all about that. And they continue on. This is a very powerful practice to offer yourself the recognition that each time you take just 17 breaths, 17 seconds, where every word spoken from you, every word spoken to you, every action of your beautiful, beautiful mind is simply the divine harmony of love. To simply imagine that for 17 breaths, to simply hold that expression for 17 seconds, to even make, as we have offered to you, a little strand of 17 beads, like a little mala of 17 beads. And each bead you hold, you breathe and feel. And each breath, and each bead, and each breath, and each bead. And I invite you right now to take a deep breath and feel the power of that. There is no accident that the information that has come through us was so clear and so strong that it was February, March, April, May. That February was anchoring love. That this retrograde began on an 8-day. It didn't officially begin, the energy began on a day that said, pay attention to your heart, the double spiral of the 8, pay attention, we're anchoring love, I am here. And that it is moving into March, where it will come to full completion on March 17, and that we are anchoring wisdom.
You know, wisdom is context related. Now what I mean by that is there's lots of knowledge out in the world, but knowledge does not become wisdom until it's anchored in the heart and applicable to the life. Consider that. Knowledge is stuff. Wisdom is applicable. It has purpose. It paves the way. And so love without wisdom is an energy that simply spills out and is not focused. Wisdom, it can be the guiding parameters to focus your love, to know what direction to send your heart and your actions. And wisdom without love is pretty useless, is it not?
And it doesn't. And I want you to pay attention to this, because how many people do you know, or maybe you've lived through this yourself? I think a lot of us on the journey have gone through this moment where you love so much that it's painful. Where, or people say, gosh, that person is such a kind person, such a sweet person, they love so much. Why do all those terrible things always happen to them? How come they're constantly in a poverty cycle consciousness? How come they're never able to fully materialize? How come they're not able to do it? Well, it's because you have the love without the balance of the wisdom. And this is why it is so important that at the top of the diamond portal of ascension of this crystalline energy is love, and directly across wisdom, because these two are holding a very powerful energy. They must anchor together. And this is why this retrograde spans these 2 months. It's the I am here and I am ready. And truly, to be ready is to revisit thyself, to retrospectively gain more wisdom, to realign with your core in balance, to revisit everything that has been happening. And the power of the 17 is integrating through this entire process. And remember that Mercury will come out of retrograde on March 17th. However, the energy, just the little whispers of it, will be there the rest of the month. It's basically February and March were all about the revelation and the reclamation. I am here, I am ready, love and wisdom.
You know, what better way to cultivate wisdom than during a retrograde? It's an opportunity to review, to respect, to look again, to get real clear on your intent. Because oftentimes during the retrograde energy, we have to redo something.
Yes.
And there's no point in doing that unless you're clear.
Yes.
You know where you're going to
Yes.
go, what you're needing. And the readiness energy is about wise action. I am here, I am ready. The two are connected into a form of active, awakened beingness.
And this is going to be a very big month because it is saying I am ready. So whenever we say I am ready, the universe always comes back and goes, are you sure? Are you sure? And so this is your moment to say, yes, I am sure. Yes, I am putting my stake in the ground. It is that moment. You know, Shri and I were also smiling that the active energy of the 17 is so powerfully involved because that's also a big piece of the miracle team, this active energy of the 17, the infinity of the 8, the Essie-Na, the blue starborn, and the quantum immersion. A basic quantum immersion is based all around the 17 and the 8. So we were really smiling when we saw the serendipity of this, and our heart is just saying, thank you, because by the time you arrive here in Guatemala at the end of April for the quantum immersion, you're going to be so ready on so many levels. And, you know, Shri and I always giggle that we don't ever look at anything, we don't ever pretend that we know more than we do. We just say yes to the universe constantly. And so the miracle of when the timing came forward, of when we were guided to offer the quantum immersion at the end of April, has just been, for us, really an affirmation of the potency and the importance, especially the fact that we will be complete with this process and people will be back taking this energy to all points. We have people coming from all over the world that they'll be taking it to all points of the world before this latter half of May to really form this crystalline bridge, this divine energy. And so please reconnect with the energy of the 17 this month and pay attention to the quantum immersion process. We are just about full, just a few spaces left. If your heart's calling you, yeah.
It's a dynamic opportunity to affirm your yes.
Yeah.
Many of us say yes to the universe in so many ways, and our yes is actually limited because we're isolated, because we're not in connection with the synergetic expression of other beings who are also saying yes. It's far more powerful to be in that choir, that beautiful, beautiful alignment that comes in the quantum immersion experience.
Yes.
It's very affordable. The time is now. We would love to give you a hug in Guatemala.
And you know, we're also really excited because for the first time ever, we are all living together in kind of a mini model community. We have the entire second floor of this beautiful colonial hotel, and we'll be eating together. We'll be occupying this whole area. We're in this beautiful room. We have this incredible opportunity to really all be together. And because of that, it's just like crazy affordable. So we're inviting you to just pay attention. And as we get ready to close this part of this month's sharing, I wanted to stress again, love and power, the full power of love can only be unlocked when you claim wisdom. And March is about your wisdom, the power of I am ready. I want you to bring your hand to your heart right now. I want you to take in a deep breath. Okay, just feel what's going together. Then I want you to take that other hand and bring it over this hand. And I want you to close your eyes and say silently within, I am ready. Feel that. Let's do that again. I am ready. Feel that. Now bring those arms out, lift those hands up, smile, gaze up. I am ready.
I am ready.
And feel the presence and the power of that. Namaste, beloved ones. In just a moment, we will be back with our ensoulment, but we're going to take a break so that we are ready when we return.